Sova and Cypher Sentinels, but
the initiators.
The initiators,
Yeah,
yes. Harmon on the initiators as they were. Will be interesting to see how exactly they play out the Haven agent selection as we're already getting into it. We see Roosters have locked in that Killjoy.
Ooh.
They're looking for some extra offensive power on the side of Powerhouse MMG. Fairly standard composition here.
Yeah.
Do you see the Omen, Jet, Cypher locked in alongside the Reyna? Both sides opting for the Reyna. So really the only difference here that we're seeing is the Cypher for Powerhouse being traded for that Killjoy for the side of Roosters. Roosters, I think, wanting a little more damage output with that initiator pick. Powerhouse understanding that they just need the information, and then you let the bullets do the work.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is going to be very interesting because Roosters are starting on the defender side. So they're probably hoping to get as many rounds under their belt as possible before they go onto the attacker side. So that's when I feel like Killjoy kind of excels over the Cypher is on that attacker side. So they're hoping to get as many rounds as possible on top of Powerhouse here with that Killjoy, and then get on the switch on the attacking side, really put the pedal to the metal, probably up against Payan on the Cypher.
Yeah, I mean, if Roosters can have a competitive first half, if they can stand tall in the way of Powerhouse and get 6-7 rounds, that sets them up for a prime second half, especially, as you said, with that Killjoy pick. Because, I mean, with that lockdown, I don't want to say free sight, but it's kind of a free sight. You kind of just you set that down, and if they're not able to snipe that out with the Hunter's Fury through many, many walls, they, the other teams just got to evacuate. They've got to get on out of there. And so will be interesting to see how that comes into play. One thing we have been seeing with that lockdown meta evolution is the lockdown bait as well. Popping it down onto A site, and then everyone runs on over to C site. A big old bamboozle. We'll be seeing how that works out for Shora. Certainly, I hate to say it, but certainly a lot of pressure on Shora's shoulders with that Killjoy pick, certainly being an X factor for Roosters as they go up against Powerhouse. Game 1 of the grand finals. Powerhouse on the attacking side, already pushing forward onto C site. Napri with a lot of work on his hands. Here comes Screwface laying down the smokes. Napri has slunk away to the shadows, but already forced to back away before getting taken out by Screwface. Screwface traded out by Ben. The kills go 1 for 1 thus far as Powerhouse get that spike down. Now Roosters in a 4v4 retake situation. All 4 members of Powerhouse storming through that garage area. They want to win this fight as quickly as possible. Zek and Chase combined for 2 big kills, but Ben gets one right back. His second kill of the round, puts the smoke down on the spike. Here comes Ben with a 3rd kill, leaving just Shora remaining up against Payan. Payan's health bar looking so rough. Shora should be able to win this out. One out. Will the timing work for him? Oh my goodness, Shora! What a flick, what a clutch. Shora gets the first round for the Roosters.
Showing it off just a little bit more. I'm sure he is freaking out about that shot. I mean, you saw him kind of replay it there at the end. Whew. My goodness, what a shot from Shora. 2 shots, technically.
Yeah, hit the camera, hit the head. So fast there from Shora. Just absolutely mega. I don't think Payan could have been ready for that, but now Powerhouse looking to get a bit of early revenge as we see that 2nd round force buy coming out from the attackers. They want to inflict pain here. Let's see what Roosters can do about it. Trisk's now posted up in the mid lane. He's got to try and stop them as the Ares bullets ring out through Garage. Here comes the push from Powerhouse. It's going to be Zek, though, who gets the action started for Powerhouse. Takes down Trisk. An important opening kill for the attackers to get Flavor. Doing a bit of scouting. Makes a bit of an impact in a way he wouldn't have liked to. And the kills are all Powerhouse here in the 2nd round.
I gotta say, Powerhouse's aggression is unprecedented right now. They are doing some ridiculous stuff, getting into different places. Look at that, Dilly, just like you were talking about, using that B corridor on over to A, and gets a beautiful kill onto Shora there through that push.
Looks like we are headed to a even 1-for-1 scoreline here. The game 1 of the grand finals. Napri trying to put together some last-minute heroics, but last-minute heroics are made that much more difficult when only 2 of your health points are remaining. Powerhouse tie us up at 1 apiece, and now Roosters with a big economic question ahead of them.
It's definitely tough to clutch a round out with only 2 HP.
Some would say impossible.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay, so Powerhouse definitely showing off the fact that they are a powerhouse of aggression here. They are getting electric with some of these pushes, and my goodness, look at this. You've got a 4-to-1 split from Powerhouse, 4 members on C, and 1 maybe? Okay, yes, and 1 sort of kind of hanging out in that little A corridor there. Oh my goodness, Dilly.
Nothing Napri could do there. Gets mowed down by the attackers. So does Flavor. And I think the call was right from Roosters. They completely left the B side open. Bond trying to get a bit of revenge. Does take down the rival jet with that Blade Storm. We'll see if Bond can find anything more as they push forward here. The lone 2 defenders trying to find some damage, but it was not meant to be. Powerhouse make it 2 in a row, take the lead over Roosters.
The confidence of Powerhouse is unmatched currently. I mean, they'll get the spike down and then immediately just leave the site in 4 different areas.
Yeah.
They'll push every single area out of that site and then just collapse on anyone who's trying to get down onto the spike. And that in itself shows the confidence and just the playbook that they have developed here on Haven. That's pretty good.
Yeah, Powerhouse are playing really confidently here thus far. We saw it. Hold that thought here as Bond has the AWP, but gets mowed down. The AWP does not here. And now Screwface able to surge forward off the back of that Blade Storm. But Shora with the quick flick takes him down. Payan finds the revenge there. Shora trying to make some heroics happen, was very close to making the impossible happen. Here comes Trisk looking for revenge. Chase takes down Flavor, brings us into a 2v3 for the defenders, make it a 1v3 as now Trisk, the lone defender remaining, but full health, full armor, and a suite of abilities available for Trisk. Trisk could get it done, but Zek says no, puts his foot down, puts a stop to any of the hope the defenders may have had. Powerhouse make it 3 in a row.
I gotta say, Shora definitely proving to be an integral member, an integral sentinel on this map. Just getting some crazy flicks, some great headshots, and I mean, definitely kind of being a good site anchor for Roosters, but it's just not enough when Powerhouse is just being so aggressive.
Yeah, that is the million-dollar question at this point for Roosters: is how do you put a wall in front of what Powerhouse are surging forward with? How do you stop these guys? Napri hasn't even seen them yet and has already paid with his life. Here comes Screwface looking for more blood. Roosters look near powerless to stop the Powerhouse.
Oh, those are some really unfortunate sprays there, but Flavor gets the headshot onto Screwface. That is a nice pickup for them. That's at least 1 gun out of the hands of Powerhouse, and it's just looking so dire for Roosters right now.
Oh, I gotta say, my heart's a little broken, and I'll tell you why. Roosters, they got off to such a positive start with that pistol round. They went tat for tat with Powerhouse, and Shora clutched it out in the end with a spectacular play.
Yep.
And it's all been Powerhouse just executing Roosters since then. It hasn't even been spike plants and diffuses. It's just been murder from the likes of Powerhouse. And so Roosters, see how they adjust to this outright aggression from Powerhouse. Roosters, they've got to maintain their confidence here in the face of a rather scary foe.
Yeah, absolutely. You ever had air-fried chicken?
Yeah.
I have.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good, and that's kind of what we're seeing in these last couple of rounds.
Just some cooked chicken on the dinner table at the Powerhouse.
Exactly. Trisk trying to get something done here, though. We haven't seen Trisk on the Reyna just yet, but he's been doing a pretty fantastic job getting some of these headshots. The Hunter's Fury comes out, though. Oh my goodness, Screwface, what are you doing?
The real Hunter's Fury was Screwface's op. Takes down Triss. Now here comes Zek on the backside. Absolutely decimating Roosters. They left the back door wide open, and there is an intruder, but Flavor may be the security they need. Flavor brings Roosters into a 2v1. Can he make this diffuse stick? Yes, Flavor comes up so big for the Roosters. Picks up the 3K, picks up the diffuse. That was such a big play. Picks up the op for good measure.
And a huge round for Roosters. Like you said, my goodness. Oh my, Flavor doing everything he can to keep this round, or keep this map very competitive. And competitive it is, that's for sure. I mean, Powerhouse has been pretty much rolling over Roosters, but this time, Roosters definitely took it to him that time.
I had to say, my previous rounds, my eyes were settling towards the bottom end of the leaderboard where Flavor was at for the opening rounds, but Flavor shows up in a big way, gets his kill feed rolling in a big way, saves that round for Roosters. Now Roosters with an opportunity to start building some momentum. Chase looking to snuff that out, but Roosters are playing their cards very close to their chest. Chase takes down a Wraith for good measure here. Is on in a bit of a tricky position with that odd push forward. It's going to have to dash back, and Roosters are trying to meet aggression with aggression, fighting fire with fire. See how it pays off for them, as Powerhouse have 3 ults available to their name as they inch forward onto this B site. They're gonna have to deal with Triss here in a moment. The Empress popped for the side of Powerhouse, and here comes the execute. Triss not fast enough to deal with it. Triss gets taken out, and now Powerhouse in a 5v4, making a 5v3 as the spike goes down, but Flavor evening the tides with the Hunter's Fury, but gets strayed down by Pain as the kills start rolling in. Napri takes down Screwface. It's not enough quite yet for Roosters in this 2v3. They've got to find some magic. They've got to find a bit of heroics, but that ain't it. Shora taken out by Chase, and now just Napri remaining. Can Napri clutch this out, or will he opt to save his life, save his rifle? Napri pushing forward with reckless abandon. Napri wants a chance to try and win this round, steal it away from Powerhouse. Can Napri get it done? The clock working against him. Payin working against him, and Napri played valiantly, but it was not to be, and Powerhouse re-extend their lead once more.
Yeah. I was just watching the minimap and the movements from Powerhouse were kind of hilarious. You had 2 members moving up through grass into the garage. They moved outside B, and then once they heard the fake onto the spike, they both kind of split off, and it seemed like Harmon was like, I don't know which way I want to go, and then inevitably, like, Roosters went down. But it was just so funny to watch, kind of like the cat and mouse chase scene happening on the minimap.
I have to say that's something I'm glad you touched on, because I think Powerhouse have been moving so confidently about the map.
Yes.
And I think a big part of that certainly comes down to the communication of this person's here, and so the team is able to paint this picture of this is where there's open real estate. This is where there's space for us to take. This is where the territory lies. And so Powerhouse absolutely making the most of the intel gathering there and putting it to good use, taking down Roosters where they least expect it, oftentimes stabbing them in the back. But this time, it's going to be all-out aggression onto the C site here from Powerhouse, surging forward onto the C-long corridor is Screwface, looking for a kill, but Roosters trying to put up a bit of a staunch defense here in this eco round.
Yes, they are, and they've got 3 members, and the 2 other members from Roosters are moving in slowly. There's tons of vision denial, but Flavor gets a beautiful headshot. It's traded out by Chase. Is Triss going to be able to get any sort of punch here onto the Powerhouse? I just don't know. It looks like they're actually pushed off. Oh my goodness, Dilly. What is that?
What the heck was that? Chase through the smoke, had the crosshair perfectly placed. But I have to say, despite that, I am a bit befuddled by the play from Powerhouse. The aggression, where is it? The aggression had been so prevalent, and then they tried to slow it down for some reason, and they just got stuck. They got stagnant, and they got taken out. And Roosters now threatening an eco round, but Powerhouse, you cannot sleep on Powerhouse. Zek and Harmon with a quick 2 kills leaves Napri as the lone defender once more. Tries to find the headshot onto Harmon, but it was not meant to be. And I have to say, that looked a bit dicier for Powerhouse than it needed to be. But Harmon letting us know it's all A-okay.
He's still happy in a situation like that. Even though he could be on the bottom, it doesn't even matter because he's been giving his team some incredible info with those recon darts. I mean, some of these recon dart placements have just been exquisite, I guess you can say. So just keeping Powerhouse filled with info, ready for those aggressive pushes. And my goodness, this has been a really fun match so far.
Yeah, Harmon with only 2 deaths thus far, trying to keep a clean sheet, as it were. 2-2-2 across the board there for Harmon.
I mean, I'm a sucker for keeping everything nice and neat.
Oh, I do love me some symmetry, and Zek loves him some headshots. Takes down Bond. That is a massively important kill for Powerhouse to get Bond. Certainly one of the top performers there for Roosters. Every round without him is a round Roosters may not want to play, and it just keeps getting worse for them. That's going to be the Cypher ultimate, revealing the locations of the remaining defenders, and that's going to be Powerhouse seizing the opportunity, but they may play right into Roosters' hands here. Can Roosters hold down this site with this crossfire? Napri gets them off to the right start, takes down Zek on that garage push, and that may spark a bit of an adjustment here from Powerhouse as the kills go 1 for 1 once more. Roosters now in a 2v3, but Flavor gets a big kill to bring them into a 1v2. Now Shora, the lone defender, does have full HP, has full armor available, an alarm bot in the pocket, and a kill onto Payan. Screwface with this op has a Blade Storm in the pocket. See how he opts to handle this one. As the lockdown now goes down onto C-Site, Screwface could run right into some unfriendly company here if he is not careful, but the back has been turned. Can Screwface take advantage? Oh my goodness, Screwface finds the lockdown, takes it down, and now Shora has to go for the defuse.
Oh, and
he's gonna stick it! Bros don't fake!
Oh my gosh!
Shora is a pro gamer! That is confirmed.
Absolutely confirmed. The stick just happened from Shora. I can't believe that, to be honest.
Yeah.
And, oh man.
Guts of steel on Shora. just holding the defuse, eyes locked on that garage doorway. Just held strong. I could not have done that. I would not have had the guts. I would have not had the fortitude, whatever you want to, the courage.
Yeah.
Would not have had the courage. Shora playing the hero role for Roosters, keeping them very much alive in this match. Bond pressing the advantage now for Roosters. This could be a golden opportunity for them to build some momentum. Bond now with the Blade Storm popped, could be looking for more here. Screwface set up under heaven here. Can he find a kill? Oh, so close. Does take out Shora there, but Bond has gone undetected here in this corridor as Flavor takes down Screwface. Powerhouse have been unable to get themselves settled onto A site, and this looks like another round rolling on over to the Roosters.
One thing I gotta say is some of these rotations have been kind of a little aloof from Powerhouse. Like that last round, they had B site technically in their favor, and then they just kind of backed off and then went into like garage and then went towards C. Some of the rotations have just been kind of like, I don't want to say silly, but almost silly.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of puggy.
Yeah,
you know, they're kind of pugging out there.
Yeah,
but they may pay for that quite literally.
Yeah,
if they don't shore it up here rather quickly. But despite all the smack we're talking, Powerhouse do get the spike down and put the pressure back onto Roosters. And look at this position here in this smoke. This could play off big for Powerhouse. The paranoia goes out to little effect here. Now the kills start rolling in for Powerhouse. Oh my goodness! 2v4. Powerhouse wins out on C-Site. Roosters absolutely cannot let that happen.
What an unfortunate situation for the Roosters. Oh my gosh, they just lined up for the slaughter from Powerhouse. And my goodness, that's another round in their belts right now. It's looking dire for the Roosters at the moment. Powerhouse looking to really take it to him.
Yeah, every round that Roosters get, it looks like a ray of sunshine. It's, oh, okay, now Roosters will establish themselves in the game, but really they haven't been able to do so. They've just been able to somewhat stay alive here in this first half. We'll see if they can correlate that into some second half success, but for now, Roosters on the save. Near powerless to try and stop Powerhouse's Powerhouse once again set up on the C site, ready to go. Already Roosters taking big damage. Harmon, Chase getting the action started, combining for 2 big kills, and now Roosters in a 3v5.
And once again, here's this crazy rotation from Powerhouse. Just takes down Trisk. Shora goes down as well, and it is a 1v5 situation for Ban.
Yep, just hold your breath there.
Yeah. He actually, that was really smart because he like turned his gun. Oh my goodness, 3 members of Powerhouse just absolutely tear Ban apart. Whoever said Valorant is not a horror game is wrong.
So spooky. Now Powerhouse really starting to roll here. Chase 15, 7 and 6. Zek and Payan not far behind with 12 kills apiece. Those are monster stat lines for 3 members of a team to have in the first half. That represents absolute slaughter for the side of Powerhouse.
Yes, it does, and it is so unfortunate at the moment. Trisk looks to get super aggressive, kind of return some favor there. My goodness, this Hunter's Fury is huge from Flavor, gets tons of information. Zek, though, with the beautiful headshot double kill on the Roosters. This is looking dire again for the Birds.
Flavor is big, but Zek is bigger. Now Roosters once again get to a positive start, but it's all falling apart. Can they steal it back? Oh, Shora fighting desperately here on the B side. It may pay off here as the kills start rolling in, but it's once again Napri left to his own devices. That's going to be Powerhouse closing out the half, closing out the life of some of their team members. That was art there. I don't care who you are. But Powerhouse with a stellar 9-3 start as Choice Plays struggles to catch his breath. That was absolute comedy from Powerhouse.
Your commentary was perfect, too. That's art. I don't care what anybody says.
I just saw Payan like swinging the Odin around. I was like, yeah, I would take a picture of that and hang it in a gallery. Absolutely. Somebody print that. I'll sign it.
Oh, my gosh.
Beautiful, beautifully played from Powerhouse. Some would call it art. Some may call it comedy. But either way, Powerhouse, they call it a 9-3 lead. And now Powerhouse are the defenders here. They can dig in their heels. But if I know Powerhouse, if I know this roster, they will not wait around for the fight to come to them. Here comes Zek taking the fight to the Roosters. Here comes the Roosters winning out over Zek, taking him down. Harmon forced to back away now, as does Screwface. So a 5v4 for the attackers. Roosters, they've got to make every round count, this one especially.
Oh my goodness, the long con from Chase pays off in a 3K! My goodness, will he get the 4K? I just don't know yet. He gets hit by the shock dart and he is taken down by Flavor.
Flavor has to be the hero of the Roosters here, and it is just too tall a task. Powerhouse move on to double digits after what has to be said, a very good execute from Roosters to start off that pistol round. Very, very solid. It's once again these aggressive flanks, this positioning that Powerhouse are pulling out against these teams. They are finding ways in. They're finding ways to get territory and flanks on their opponent that their opponent is simply not ready for. Powerhouse, with expert positioning and aim, move themselves onto double digits, are in a prime position to take this first game of this best of 3 here in Grand Finals.
We have a huge force from both sides. Roosters with full shields and stingers in hand right now, looking to get super aggressive on A. And obviously, I mean, Powerhouse just giving up the ground at the moment. Payan gets himself into a much better position, getting on top of it all right now. And Dilly, I am just flabbergasted by some
wow.
of these plays.
Payan is playing a dangerous game, to be sure. I thought he was going to just drop in there skateboard style, but pays it patiently, and that's going to give Chase a kill, may give him two. Napri, meanwhile, takes down Screwface, but it may not be enough here. Bond takes down Zach, but Chase has wreaked havoc on the attackers there in that A corridor. Harmon now follows up, and that leaves once again Napri, the lone attacker remaining. I've said it so many times. Napri, the lone Rooster standing, unfortunately unable to stand up to the might of Powerhouse. Powerhouse continue to roll. Harmon continues to provide the people with the artwork they so desire. Powerhouse 2 rounds away from a Game 1 victory.
We have an artist on our hands. Ladies and gentlemen, Harmon giving us the beautiful smiley faces. And my goodness, Roosters, it's looking tough for them at the moment. They are on the attacker side, which some people like to say is kind of the favored side here in Haven because of those 3 sites.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of rotations from the defender side to really stay on top of the attackers. But no, Powerhouse are just on top of it.
Yeah, and now something that's really setting in for me, and I'm sure is setting in for Roosters as well, is that last round was a force buy for Roosters, and so now they are broke, absolutely broke, and that makes it all that much tougher to stop Powerhouse from moving on to match point, or excuse me, game point, not match point quite yet, as Screwface on that aggressive flank towards A finds one, and can he find more? He is certainly hunting for it, even if it costs him all of his many HP, brought down to 5 HP there. Bond trying to win out this trade. Flavor, meanwhile, does finally put an end to Screwface. Will it be enough to deliver a round here to Roosters in this 4v4? Chase gets a single kill. Oh, close to the double, but it's going to be Flavor. Takes his head off, and now Roosters still on equal footing, but the health bars tell a different story.
Yes, they do, and the guns as well.
Yeah.
They are outmanned, or not outmanned, but they are outgunned in this situation. But I mean, that's not much to tell when Pan's around the corner and Zek finishes off another one. It's just the lonely Napri again, the last Rooster in the coop.
I don't think Napri's done anything wrong. It's just so unfortunate every time he's left to his own devices to try and 1v3 the likes of Powerhouse. That is a tall task for anyone. Napri doing their very best, but nonetheless, Powerhouse move on to game point here. Chase putting an absolute monster of a performance on 22, 10, and 10. As many assists as deaths there for Chase. Absolutely running away with the lead here in terms of MVP conversation. Now Roosters, I know they've got to be a bit unexpected here if they want to take on Powerhouse, but Powerhouse have completely left the B door open. They said, you can have it. We'll just fight you there later instead. Here comes the Hunter's Fury from Harmon, takes down Napri. Napri will not be the last Rooster standing here in this round, but there may not be any Roosters left standing around at the end of this one. Flavor trying to keep the hope alive there. Here comes Flavor with the Hunter's Fury as well, trying to pace it out, trying to stop any diffuses there. Here comes Payan. He is sticking the diffuse, held it through the Hunter's Fury there, smartly timed as Screwface racks up the kills. Powerhouse racks up the wins, 13-3. That's going to be Powerhouse taking game 1 of Grand Finals on Haven.
And they did it with gusto.
Yes.
With, I don't know, with flavor, I guess you could say. My goodness,
a little
Powerhouse.
bit of this. Whatever this means, it was a little bit of that.
I think so, yes, definitely. What a game, Dilly. That's all I can really say.
Yeah, barnstorming performance there from Powerhouse. Just unstoppable on Haven. A lot of times us commentators, when things aren't going well for one team, we'll sit here and say, what can they do? You know, what can they do to change the tides here? What can they do to change their fortunes? We're going to need a break to figure that one out. So we are going to take a quick few-minute break. We will try to give Roosters some answers as to how to handle this onslaught. But in the meantime, we're going to take a short 2-minute break. We will be right back with game number 2 of Grand Finals on Icebox. Nonetheless, my first ever Icebox games here on Cast. You guys certainly don't want to miss that. Stick around. We'll be right back.
don't care, and I won't give. I don't want, I don't need, I don't care, and I won't give. All I need is only solutions. 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 All I need is only solutions.
The haircut then. I'm like,
What's up,
oh,
everybody? How you doing? We're just talking about some haircuts now. You know, I gotta kind of get one. But anyways,
Yeah.
we are just about to jump into Game 2 of the Valorant Sunday Showdown Grand Finals between Powerhouse, #MMG, and Roosters on Icebox.
Yeah, getting into it here on Icebox. I wrote, I mean, not, first of all, I want to say Choice Plays, when Icebox first came out, Choice Plays gave us casters a fantastic guide as to where the call-outs were, you know, notable spots, how they interact with different sides. Excellent, excellent guide that Choice Plays provided us with. I took notes on it. They're somewhere in my notebook. I have not looked at these notes for weeks. Icebox has been so irrelevant in this map pool, and heartbreakingly so. I think it is a very interesting map, and I understand teams and players, you know, having some outspoken opinions about it, but I think in terms of for the viewer, for the casual observer, that's a good thing. We want uncertainty for these teams. We want these teams to have pressure put on them. We want to put these teams in these unfamiliar situations because that is when you really get to separate the wheat from the chaff. You really get to see who comes alive in these pressure situations. We love calamity here. We love to mix it up. And so I think Icebox exactly represents that. It is a mix-up from the norm, and certainly these teams, maybe not these teams, but teams around the globe have had a tough time sinking their teeth into this one. So we'll be certainly interested to see how the likes of Roosters, how the likes of Mamba Mode Gaming will deal with this map. I know the A site rather heavily favored for the attacking side, and so be interesting to see if Roosters mix it up at all or if they focus on that A site so heavily. But nonetheless, we are not wasting any time. We're getting right to the action here. Chase gets taken out by Trisk. Trisk ready to greet this push around the corner there. Trisk pushing forward with the attackers onto A site here. MMG a bit slow to respond here. Two defenders there, but they are completely smoked out, trying to find an angle here as the spike goes down.
Yes, they are, and this is just a whole cluster of vision denial here with tons of smokes, tons of cages, and it is just tough to see anything on the site here. It is a 4v4. Make that a 3v3 almost instantaneously, and my goodness, this is the A site. The spike is down. Oh my gosh, Trisk is able to get a pick onto, but jumps out right onto the molly. This is a really weird situation for both of these teams, and it is a 2v1 situation. It's just Shora trying to get something done here.
Ooh, big shot from Shora there. Can he stop the defuse now as it is rolling through? Doesn't have to. Does Harmon have the time? Yes. Yes, absolutely. Goodness, that was certainly chaotic, but MMG win out in the end. Harmon delivering yet another very cute, very beautiful smiley face for us happy viewers. The more smiley faces we get, the happier I become, certainly. And so, Powerhouse storm away with game 1. They have stormed away with round 1 in game 2. So, Powerhouse looking to continue their dominance. Roosters now with a full force buy. Try and stop them. Roosters looking to impose their will upon Mamba Mode Gaming here on the attacking side.
I was told by Harmon himself on Twitter that he was going to make a smiley face after every single round, so.
Observer, you know what to do.
Exactly. Yeah. So here we go. Big push through that mid little hole there, basically. Trisk is going to be taken down Pan. This is a huge moment for them. They've got that little gate area kind of covered and secured, but Harmon from Snowman is going to push in with the owl drum, but my goodness, the absolute aggression from Ban is going to take him down.
This is exactly what Roosters need if they want to take the fight to Mamba Mode Gaming and take the fight to them. They have Nabri, gets an excellent double kill there, pushes forward with reckless abandon. This force buy rather has paid off in spades for Roosters, and they look to secure this round much in the way that Mamba Mode Gaming secured their second round here in game 1. Roosters look to return the favor, though it has to be said Chase looked ever dangerous there towards the end.
Yes, dangerous indeed, but I mean, once again, like you were saying earlier, we like to see Icebox in the mix here because it really does throw a wrench in some players' ability to be as aggressive as they were before. Because, I mean, this is still a pretty new map, and in the fact that nobody ever wanted to play it or scrim on it.
And everyone dodges it in ranks.
Exactly, so there's not a ton of experience on this map. So if you can get a really good playbook on the Icebox map, I mean, that's almost free low for your team.
Yeah, absolutely. It's something we saw develop with Split as well to actually greater effect is that teams that didn't want to play Split lost out to teams that were comfortable on that map. Screwface doesn't make Shora uncomfortable. Shora very comfortable in that position, but Zek even more comfortable, picks up a free double kill mid with the Ghost here. Dupree trying to return the favor and does so with a Bulldog 2K. So Roosters, though the kills have been trading back and forth, they don't want to be trading kills here. Harmon and Chase, what the heck was that? Mamba Mode Gaming bringing the power. The save round turns into a win round for Mamba Mode Gaming on the side of Powerhouse. Mamba Mode Gaming winning out the Thrifty, and now Roosters with some big questions to answer.
Kind of off the back of a beautiful Frenzy kill. I mean, if you're getting kills with the Frenzy, you got to be feeling good, and that is a great way to keep your team out on top of it all. And Roosters kind of falling a little bit back here. They're on the Sheriffs, but they are going to, it looks like they might go for a quick A push, but there's also just kind of a, I don't know, kind of an amorphous push from everywhere on the site. Harmon takes down Trisk in a beautiful little Bulldog kill. And that thing bites.
It is a bit more bite than bark, to be sure. And so this spread offense from Roosters, we'll see how it pays off, but it is certainly a atypical approach to a save round. We'll see if they can try and find some picks here. We know how dangerous the Sheriff can be. Just have to make those shots count. Meanwhile, Screwface holding that op angle ready to go on a B site, but he may be holding it too high here as the members of Roosters skirt around him, but Napri not so lucky. Flavor even more unlucky. Screwface with a quick double kill, leaving 2 members of Roosters remaining to try and defend this spike plant.
Oh my goodness, wow, perfect timing. Van getting that beautiful headshot is going to be traded out by Chase, and it's just Shora here. Oh no! Trying to get something done. What is going on? The amount of shots being thrown into that smoke. Oh, Dilly is in utter shock.
I was a bit confused by that one. To be honest. I was a bit confused, but the answers did become abundantly clear as Mamba Mode Gaming did clear out the defender, or well, the attackers that were defending, the attackers that were in the process of defending, holding down that spike plant. Powerhouse unstuck them from that B site, but we are certainly headed towards some fireworks now here in this 5th round as there are 4 ultimates apiece available. Roosters having the resurrection available for Flavor on the Sage. We hadn't been able to touch on that quite yet. Flavor picking up the Sage for this Icebox map. See how that comes into play. Haven't seen the walls come into too much play yet. See how the resurrection is handled here as the Blade Storm is popped from ban there. See if he can find any heads to click. Chase pushing forward so aggressively here, and it pays off. Chase with no fear on defense prompts the response here from Roosters. See what they can do about that, but Chase playing with no fear.
You will not
My goodness,
kill my
but ooh, the resurrection comes in and Ban with a beautiful headshot onto Chase makes it as if nothing happened to Roosters at all. It is now a 5v4 situation in the favor of Roosters. Never mind, make it a 4v4. My goodness, Powerhouse looking to truly live up to this name.
Yeah, Flavor, how many more resurrections you got, bro? We're going to need another one. There is another body there for Flavor to pick up. Don't think he'll be able to do anything about it this time around. Screwface trying to hold down this A site with the op. Oh, so close to finding the flick, but it's going to be Ban who wins out in the end, picks up the double, picks up the triple, and now Roosters with an excellent opportunity to steal a round away from MMG. Can they get it done? They've just got to take down Harmon.
Harmon is a pretty clutch player, I will say.
Undoubtedly.
With lots of utility under his belt, but no, Shora is going to take him down. He was, I mean, he was in a pretty good spot to be able to do that, but Shora just ever so patient, just watching the angle with the patience of a saint. Wins it out for the Roosters, bringing them up to 2 wins under their belt, so it is now 3-2.
Yeah, definitely Roosters staying a lot closer than they were able to in that first game there on Haven. And now we see full buys coming out for both teams. Roosters with a solid economic boon in the bank account there for Roosters. Powerhouse, they lose this round. It will certainly be back to an eco for them. So they've got to stand tall here in the face of Roosters. Roosters with this spread offense approach now, trying to catch Mamba Mode Gaming slipping. Oh, but it could be Screwface who catches them slipping, but will be forced to back away as bullets whiz past his face.
Those were a little too close for comfort. You don't like to see stuff like that. MMG Chase, he is holding this really close angle on mid. He doesn't have a lot of room to really escape this unless he gets the kill and has that displacement in his hands. He is about to get pushed up on by 3 members of the Roosters. He might get 1, he might get 2. Oh my goodness, will he get all 3? He doesn't, gets 2 of them. But Pan takes the 3rd there, and it is just a 2v4 situation.
Goodness gracious, Roosters left the bank vault open and they said, help yourself to all the cash. Powerhouse committing a robbery without even committing a crime here, just stealing everything away from Roosters here in this 6th round. Screwface doubles up for the double kill there. Mamba Mode Gaming looking nigh unstoppable now once more. Roosters forced to mount a response. Though, it has to be said, this Roosters have given themselves a good chance to respond here with the economy they've been able to build up, but now they've really got to make it count.
Yes, they do. I mean, this is a nice full buy. Ban, once again, with the operator in hand, has had some pretty clutch plays with that operator already here on Icebox. But there is another dueling operator on the side of Powerhouse. Hopefully Roosters can get something done here. That is a ton of information. My goodness, that spotted out like 3 members of Roosters.
Yeah, that was a massive recon bolt there from Harmon. He's got those placements already nailed down pat. And Roosters look a bit confused as to how to process that information with so many of them being revealed. Meanwhile, here comes the flank from Mamba Mode Gaming, and it already pays off. Screwface is shutting the door behind Roosters. They've got to push forward, and Tris trying to open the door onto B site, picks up the double kill here as Harmon takes down Flavor, bringing us into a 3v3. Roosters trying to get the spike down. Trisk goes for the triple, takes down Payan. That's going to prompt Chase popping this Empress. Can Mamba Mode Gaming put a stop to the Roosters attack?
Roosters definitely looking a bit cleaner here on Icebox. Definitely have some great post-plant situations. Oh my goodness, but it doesn't even matter. Shora finishes up for the whole team.
Wow. MMG caught looking a bit the wrong way there, it seems. Weren't ready for Shora to be glancing through those girders, and so Roosters keep themselves within 1 round here at Mamba Mode Gaming. Prime opportunity for them to stay close here in this first half. Prevent a similar situation to game 1. MMG, though, will be able to get this full buy together nonetheless, having enough kills, having enough money to keep it rolling. 3 ultimates available for Mamba Mode Gaming, Hunter's Fury, Bladestorm, and that Cypher hat all ready to go. Meanwhile, Roosters do have a lockdown available if they want to secure a site, but it's going to be the Empress that goes first.
My goodness. Lots of information for Roosters. Chase is going to open it up onto Van, but Zach is in too good of a position here on Pipes, but he gets taken down by Shora. Harmon returns the favor onto Shora. It's just Harmon here on the site so far, but it looks like Powerhouse are moving in. Trisk trying to get something done, has the Empress popped. Could actually clutch this out in this situation. Oh my goodness, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, the Empress runs out at the exact wrong time there for Trisk. Now it comes a bit harder here to win this 1v3 as Screwface with that op lurking around the corner. Trisk puts it all on black and it comes up red. Harmon takes him down. That's going to be another round going over to Powerhouse here. So despite Roosters looking competitive, the story still all about Mamba Mode Gaming here in the first half.
Yes, it is. Mamba Mode Gaming looking to make a clean 2-0 sweep here in the grand finals of this week's Valorant Sunday Showdown. This is the 35th week of the Valorant Sunday Showdown. For those of you who don't know, we've been holding this 1K weekly tournament for 35 weeks, basically in a row. We just missed 1 week because Valorant was not up, basically, and that's the only week we missed. So, I mean, we've been going pretty hard on the Valorant Sunday Showdown, and we hope that you have enjoyed the content we have brought to you guys. If you could, don't forget to follow us on Twitter. Our YouTube holds basically all of the VODs for every Valorant Sunday Showdown, so don't miss it there.
There is a lot of action from a lot of these guys in that YouTube channel. If you want to study these guys, see what makes them tick, that is a great place to start here. As Roosters thought B-site might be a great place for them to start this attack here in the 9th round. Trisk does even the tides there on Harmon, and that's going to prompt the lockdown here from Shora to try to secure this site. But Zach takes down Shora, takes down the lockdown as well. So that's that plan out the window here for Roosters, but Zach walks right into the raiding arms of Trisk as Screwface takes down Napri, leaves Trisk in this 1v2, make it a 2v0. Screwface coming up so big for his team once more with that up, diffuses the spike, and Powerhouse have now doubled the round total there of Roosters here in the first half.
Yes, they have. They've got their Red Bulls on lock right now, looking cracked out gamers right now, just hitting their shots, being not as aggressive as Haven. I will say, Haven, I feel like gives them a lot of room to be aggressive because of how many angles and sights there are. But this one, they haven't been as aggressive as we've seen them before, so it looks like they're still trying to be a little cautious on this Icebox map.
Yeah, we've definitely seen a much more timid approach, I think, from MMG.
Yeah.
We saw them get so gutsy there on Haven. I mean, pushing forward where we thought just might be so dangerous, but they know how to walk this line here of danger and success. Walking it quite well are Mamba Mode Gaming. Once again, get themselves the edge here in the 10th round. Can they continue to press forward? Roosters on a save round. Not much they can do. Oh, Flavor, just pull the trigger.
Oh,
My goodness.
Oh my goodness. Oh, beautiful.
I was begging for it to come through, and Flavor pays off in big ways. Gets the double kill. Can he find any more? But it's going to be MMG wreaking havoc upon the B site despite those big kills. But Flavor finds one more, has the resurrection and the wall available for good measure. This could be a big opportunity for Roosters. There goes the resurrection. Mamba Mode Gaming. Oh, take down Flavor through the wall with the operator of Screwface. Now a 2v2, make it a 2v1. Trisk takes down Harmon. And so Screwface, the lone defender remaining with the op in hand, does see the spike for now, but Roosters are going to try and change that.
This is perfect. A two-pronged attack. One prong is going to be taken down. Will Screwface clutch this out for Mamba Mode Gaming up against Shora?
Just run away, Screwface. Just run away. Don't always have to be a hero, but maybe he does, as Shora was actually able to get that spike on over to site. Very impressive there from Shora, putting the pressure onto Screwface. There goes Screwface, up and over. There, down goes Screwface. Shora clutches it out. That's going to be the thrifty going on over to Roosters. It has to be said, Mamba Mode Gaming certainly looking a little bit lost here on Icebox.
Shora got that spike down with 0.4 seconds left. So barely got it down and clutches the round out. I will say Flavor was kind of the MVP of that last round.
Absolutely.
Got tons of information, got beautiful headshots on two of the members.
Three, I think. I think he got three kills there, by the end, and the resurrection.
My goodness, what an MVP for that round. But we are in the next round already. This is round 11 of this first half. And not looking as buff as Haven is Mamba Mode Gaming.
Yeah, Mamba Mode Gaming kind of taking their foot off the gas a bit, has to be said. This is, of course, Roosters' map pick, so you would certainly expect Roosters to have the game plan ready to go, and they certainly came prepared. See if they can keep that going now against Mamba Mode Gaming. But Mamba Mode Gaming have shown already they are a tough task to deal with. Trisk, though, a bit sneaky there on the backside, takes down Chase. Flavor takes down Zek. It is all falling apart here for Mamba Mode Gaming, the 11th round.
Oh my goodness, didn't have the team players in place to really keep them off. And this is a beautiful wall, completely locking down screens from any push from the defender side. So this is a 2v5 situation. They can't get in from screens. They are being filtered into one area. And my goodness, this might play into Roosters' favor.
Yeah, I don't see how Mamba Mode Gaming could find a way in on this one, especially with only two members. Trisk absolutely cemented there onto that A site. There is no moving him. And that is certainly going to be a round over towards the Roosters, now bringing themselves within one round of Mamba Mode Gaming. But has to be said, going into the next round, Mamba Mode Gaming will have 3 ultimates available to them. So that will be a prime opportunity for them to re-extend that lead. But for now, Roosters keeping them leveled, keeping them grounded. As Payan finds a bit of revenge onto Trisk to close out that round.
Whoo, and we are now in the last round of the half. So this is a pretty telling round. If Roosters can bring it up to 6-6, that'd be a much favorable position to be in, especially going into the defender side. This is their pick, so they might feel comfortable on both attack and defense. We just don't know yet because we never see Icebox.
Literally, this is my first game I've ever casted on Icebox, and it is a banger of a Grand Finals matchup here in Game 2 of the Grand Finals. Both of these teams showing they are familiar, but who is the more experienced so far? It is showing to be Trisk right now, coming up big once again up against Screwface, takes down the Blade Storm. That's one ultimate from the side of Mamba Mode Gaming, absolutely dealt with by Roosters. See if they can use the other two to more effect, but they are not combat ultimates. They will not be delivering any kills directly to the side of MMG.
And it looks like this is kind of aggressive but really slow hold from MMG, but Zek chooses the wrong time to push out. A beautiful wallbang headshot onto Van. My goodness, Shora though has been so integral, has been so deadly on the side of Roosters. This might actually be a 6-6 situation. 4-2, 4-1. It's just one member left. It's just no members left of Mamba Mode Gaming.
Trisk is having an absolutely mega game here in this first half of Game 2, doing his utmost to keep his team alive, keep his team in this grand finals. As if Mamba Mode Gaming are able to steal away this Game 2, that is all she wrote for grand finals. But Roosters can secure this second half, secure themselves the game. They secure themselves a Game 3 to fight for. So Roosters with a bit of pressure, but has to be said also with the momentum. Trisk 15, 10, and 3 thus far. A mega stat line for Trisk here, one half in.
Looks like some skin swapping there. Wanted the Prime Classic, get that +1 to aiming, I guess you could say.
Yeah. I like the sound effect a little bit better. It actually dampens the recoil.
Yeah, definitely.
It's all about the mental game here. Chase, though, delivering the bullets onto Ben. See what else Mamba Mode Gaming can do with this push. They are wasting no time. Napri, though, stands tall, takes down Screwface. Who else will he be able to find? Trisk will find some damage there around the corner. Mamba Mode Gaming struggling a bit, stumbling a bit with this push forward. Trisk waiting in the shadows, ready to greet them. Oh, and Ban gets caught looking the absolute wrong way as Flavor takes down Zek. It is all falling apart for Mamba Mode Gaming.
A 2v4 situation. It's seeming pretty dire for Mamba Mode Gaming, but it looks like they are going to be pushing off of this site and going possibly towards
anywhere else.
Anywhere else, yeah, basically. Oh, look at this 1 HP on Trisk.
Yeah, I do not envy Trisk in this position here. 1 HP up against some very formidable pistol wielders, but Shora may be able to deal with the danger. Before it comes to that, they didn't check the corners, and that plays into Harmon's doom there, and certainly the doom of Mamba Mode Gaming in that 13th round. For the first time in this series, Roosters take the lead.
That was a beautiful hold from Shora. Did you see he actually took his bot back so it wouldn't trigger, and then he activated the the swarm grenade.
Yeah.
That was a great play from Shora. I'm really loving seeing Shora kind of pop off on this map.
Yeah, big brain killjoy plays. If you're going to play the genius from Germany, you got to be a genius yourself. Shora showing he's more than up to the task here. Outsmarting MMG there in that pistol round, and now Roosters will be able to get the foot down on this eco round from MMG. They just get mowed down in mid. MMG looks like they knew they didn't have much of a shot here in this round. They've kind of started to lay down.
Yeah, they have. Poor Harmon is just in a weird position. Gonna try and get at least one. He does! Woo! A nice little right click on Ban's head is going to be traded out by Shora, and that is another round. Bringing it up two over Powerhouse right now.
Yeah, this is a really pivotal round for Powerhouse / Mamba Mode Gaming. This will be a full buy for them, but if they can't make it stick against this SMG buy from Roosters, Roosters will pretty much cement their lead here in this game, barring any heroics from Mamba Mode Gaming. Mamba Mode Gaming have got to take control of this game sooner rather than later.
Yes, they do. Ban looking to get super aggressive in this area here. This is like a kill funnel in this little moment. Oh, beautiful positioning by them. Screwface is going to get the kill onto Ban. Lots of shots happening, and it seems like a little confusion at the same time, but here we go. A nice big push onto the B site for MMG.
This is what we felt we were missing from MMG, that unbridled aggression here, just surging forward out on the B site, not wasting any time here, and it's paying off with big dividends thus far, but can they convert it into a round win. Thus far, it's working out, but Shora takes down Screwface, certainly not a kill. Mama Mode Gaming wanted to give away, and they're not able to get the spike planted. They have to pull off of this site now, and they're going to run right into Trisk, but Payan wins out in the end. So lucky there from Mama Mode Gaming, bringing them into a 4v2 now. Napri on A site with this Spectre, and a tall task ahead of him. Try and slow down Mama Mode Gaming, but they're not even going to look for him. Napri, the free kill onto Zek, and that's going to let the Shora get there on the backside as well. So now Mama Mode Gaming will get the spike down, but they've let Napri get rather set up here on A site.
Yeah, and it looks like he might actually put the cover on top of the spike or right outside of it. And that could be the perfect moment for them. But no, Shora is going to be taken down by Chase, who has been pretty pivotal. He is chilling on top of Belts, and which is a great place to be to look on over the A site.
So now the time's certainly working against Napri. Chase certainly working against Napri, and that's going to be Mama Mode Gaming cutting Roosters' lead in half. So they've got to now continue that trend upwards, but they've got a big Rooster in their way, holding a bunch of guns, a bunch of big guns. Yeah. So Mama Mode Gaming, they did it once, but they got to do it twice.
Yes, they do. They have to take down the big boss. That is Trisk and Shora right now, being absolutely pivotal for the Roosters. But Ban looking to be aggressive and dangerous himself with this operator look. Will he get a collateral? Will he even get one? We don't know yet. He's sending it in. No! Misses the shot because of the beautiful Leer. And my goodness, hits that one though. Dilly, crazy situation.
Excellent positioning there from Bond. Will be taken out by Chase, but a valiant effort nonetheless. Brings us into a 4v4 here as now Mama Mode Gaming will once more try and get themselves set up on B site. It did not work out for them the previous attempt. See if it will work a bit better this time around as the Recon Bolt forces Shora away. Flavor trying to win this peak duel over members of Mama Mode Gaming, but it looks like Mama Mode Gaming can't stick with B site once more. It looks like they have to rotate off of it.
Yeah, they do have Pan over here just chilling in his cam, watching this beautiful angle, which could play into his favor. Shora watching the angle over on B, might actually try to start rotating over towards A in this situation. We saw some movement there. Oh, Pan though, not paying off with the patience.
Yeah, that's an important adjustment that we're seeing from Mama Mode Gaming. They got caught with their pants down there on that mid-rotation, not keeping enough eyes on those corridors. This time they had Payan checking it out, and that led to a safe rotation from Mama Mode Gaming. We'll see how it pays off in the end as Chase gets caught in the back there. Trisk takes him down. Napri takes down Payan, takes down Harmon. Zek finally takes down Napri, but that very well could be the round for Roosters here. There's no plant coming in, and Roosters re-extend their lead. Mama Mode Gaming, they are the ones now showing flashes of brilliance, but unable to chain some rounds together.
Yeah, it seems like the unbridled aggression you were talking about is kind of been quelled by the Roosters at the moment. And they got to find a way to bring that aggression back into their playbook on Icebox, because some of these pushes are a little too slow, and it's forcing them into this weird position where there's no time left on the clock, and it's forcing them to kind of make mistakes.
Yeah, Mama Mode Gaming, they've got to figure out how to bring their play style onto this newer map here. So far, it hasn't been a direct conversion for them, so they need to figure out that adjustment sooner rather than later. They are running out of rounds to play with now. So Roosters are one round away from that double-digit marker. And once again, MMG sending their members over towards B site. This has been pretty unsuccessful 2 times in a row. Will the third time be the charm? Here comes the push. Here comes the bullets. Trisk gets the action started once more. Takes down Chase, but Screwface finds the revenge onto Shora. Screwface pops off, takes down Flavor before getting taken out by Bond, but Napri on this backside here goes completely undetected. Harmon, though, snipes him down with a shock dart, bringing us into a 2v2. Can Roosters keep this one secure, or will Mama Mode Gaming steal this one away?
Oh, this is going to be a real true test here. Will they see Trisk? Oh my goodness, a beautiful flick from Zek. Takes out Trisk. in a quick fashion.
What the heck was that?
I
Zach,
don't know.
that was so fast. Holy cow. So now Bond in a tough position. He doesn't know exactly where these attackers are, but look at those health bars on the side of the attack. They are so dicey. If one stray bullet, I was going to say if one stray bullet catches the attackers, they're done for, but the stray bullets catch Bond instead. And so Powerhouse, for the second time, get themselves within 1 round of Roosters, but they're going to have to overcome this. Looks like a half buy coming out from Roosters if they want to tie it up.
Kind of a miracle round for MMG there.
Yeah, absolutely.
That flick from Zek was so pivotal in that round, and the movement through Kitchen just in general really kind of solidified that round for Mamba Mode Gaming. But here we go. It is 8-9 in the favor of Roosters, and hopefully we're going to see another crazy round come out from Ban. Oh my goodness, a perfect paranoia gave him the wherewithal basically to get that kill.
The Screwface follows up, gets the revenge in the form of 2 kills. Napri, though, gets one for himself, takes the head off Chase, takes down Harmon. Napri is unstoppable with this judge finally. Runs out of shells, Payan takes him down, but that's a 2v2 here for Roosters. Certainly a position they're not too unhappy about, and I don't think MMG commit to the spike plant here. They're gonna send this on over to B, buy themselves a bit more time.
That is the smartest thing they could do, and it looks like Roosters are catching on to it right now. Shora looking to get a gun in their hands, and it looks like they have. Payan, though, being ever the sneaky flanker, it's actually kind of moving towards mid.
Yeah, this could pay off in a big way for Payan, but he's got to time it exactly right. Can't run right into the crosshair of Shora. Oh, and it's such dangerous timing here. Screwface does get revealed by Flavor. That's one member revealed, but Payan goes completely undetected. Flavor, though, wins out over Screwface, so this is not over by any means. Flavor now with the wall, though. Uses it to prop himself up, gets up onto this platform here, trying to scout out where the spike is, does have sight of the spike now, fakes the defuse here, Payan biding his time here. Now here comes the real defuse. Flavor gets the kill, but will not get the defuse. That's the round for MMG. That is the score, tied up at 9 apiece.
That was crazy. Oh my gosh, that turn of events, and the fact that Flavor used his wall in a beautiful way. Get himself up into the tube there on the second level. And, I mean, the movement was just clean and crisp, I gotta say.
But what if Flavor had, instead of moving up to that second platform, had just walled off the spike?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, there's a million what-ifs in a situation like that, but you have to what if Flavor had used that wall a bit differently, but it will be Powerhouse now with 4 ultimates available and a full buy. This very well could be Mamba Mode Gaming moving out onto double digits. Roosters with a full buy of their own, but it's all falling apart. Napri gets taken out by Chase. Will it continue? Triss gets taken out by Chase. 4v3 now for Powerhouse. Roosters trying to hold on to this A site, but Flavor is all alone and he is smoked out.
Yes, he is. Trying to actually just chill in that corner, though. Oh my gosh, tries to come out at the right position, but no, he doesn't. He's going to be taken down by Chase in a beautiful flick of the wrist. He's going to take him down, but Ban is too good with this, but gets himself into a bad position, and that's another round for Mamba Mode Gaming, 10-9. This is a back and forth, Dilly.
Yeah, but now it looks like Mamba Mode Gaming have found the pace that we were expecting from them this entire game. They found the aggression, they found the confidence to push forward on this map, and now it's paying off in a big way, and it sent Roosters back down to an eco round.
Trisk, 22, 14, and 4.
Jeez Louise. A lot of Vandal and no armor there. Definitely a gutsy buy.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if anyone can do it, it's Trisk.
Yeah, I definitely would not be the one to tell him no.
Yeah, exactly. Man, getting pretty aggressive. Oh, looks like Mamba Mode Gaming are kind of onto their antics right now. He jumps down. My goodness.
Vaughn, you are playing a dangerous game.
No! Oh.
Shora, though, will get that kill onto Harmon, so it does even the numbers, at least for now.
And moving in from, actually, the T side spawn. And I think now they know Zek is going to take down Flavor. Chase just doing some absolute work on the Roosters right now. It looks like Mamba Mode Gaming are looking to finish this one out.
Only 2 members of Roosters remaining, but the Empress is popped there. This could be the edge for them they need, but the time is certainly working against them, and Shora gets taken out. Now just Trisk remaining, spotted out by Screwface, and that is Mamba Mode Gaming, the powerhouse of Valorant. 2 rounds away from, or 1 round away from match point, 2 rounds away from a grand finals victory.
And it wouldn't be the first time, Dilly. I mean, Mamba Mode Gaming have been putting some absolute work in the Valorant Sunday Showdown as of late. I mean, they are looking to really be the top tier players here in the Valorant scene right now. They have been putting the work in. Harmon, although 8 and 13 at the moment, has 4 assists and has been integral to a lot of these pushes with those recon darts, been putting them in the right places at the right time. And here we go. Mamba Mode Gaming have 4 ultimates to their disposal at the moment, and they've already got the sight in their favor. Roosters have a lot of coming up to do here right now. Screwface is going to fall down, and that's going to be, oh my gosh, Flavor putting some absolute work onto Screwface. It looks like they're trying to retake this, but no. Powerhouse, Mamba Mode Gaming, doing a fantastic job holding the A site right now after the spike has been put down.
This is so quick from Mamba Mode Gaming. This is exactly what we were talking about. This is the speed. Can they make it stick? There comes the Hunter's Fury. Oh, right in the face of Trisk. Forces him off that defuse. But here comes Chase with that double kill. Napri with a double kill of his own. The kill's rolling in so fast. Zek trying to turn the tides here for Mamba Mode Gaming. Oh my goodness.
Whoa.
The defuse came through. Pros don't fake.
Oh my gosh. It was so clutch that Roosters got it to halfway, the halfway point, and then they were just like, stick it, it's halfway, you might as well. They were whiffing some of their shots, and there it is. Roosters bring themselves up to 1 point away from Mamba Mode Gaming.
Mamba Mode Gaming have to be thanking their lucky stars. They can still put together a full buy here, because if they were unable to, that would have spelled disaster for them here in this game too. But Mamba Mode Gaming with another opportunity to move themselves onto match point, and they are not wasting any time, but they walk right into the waiting clutches of Bond. That's going to be the Blade Storm pop. That's going to be big damage onto Screwface, but it's not quite enough. The kills go 2 for 1, favoring Mamba Mode Gaming thus far, but Flavor has been not revealed. Oh, I spoke too soon. Screwface spots him out. Napri takes down Zek through the smoke there. Napri trying to fight for his life, trying to fight for his team's tournament life, but Screwface picks up the triple kill, leaving Trisk in this 1v3, but make it a 1v2. Trisk making progress still, gets himself up into kitchen as the spike goes down.
Yeah, and it looks like he might actually opt to save in this situation, but no, he is moving towards them. He knows that honestly, if Roosters loses this round, they're going to be on a save round on match point up against Powerhouse. So this is a tough situation. He's got to clutch this round out. He knows it. He knows the stakes. He is on top of it right now. He is doing some work right now, but the spike is counting down the minutes, the seconds to where he might actually lose this round.
So tragic here for Trisk, but Trisk is not one to play tragedy, trying to find this last kill, but it will be Payan who closes it out. The tragedy for Trisk being that he had to go up against not only a Cypher, but a Sova as well. There were near unlimited tools to reveal Trisk's positioning, and unfortunately Trisk unable to turn himself invisible quite yet. That delivers Mamba Mode Gaming, despite a shaky game 2, that delivers Mamba Mode Gaming on to match point. Roosters now have to take the next 2 right in a row if they want to keep their tournament hopes alive.
And they're going to have to do it off of a save round. We saw Stingers, a Bucky, some Sheriffs. This is going to be really tough for Roosters. If they can clutch it out, though, they can do some pretty crazy stuff. Trisk, though, their top fragger is brought down by the Powerhouse, and now Roosters on the back end, on their back foot. It's looking real tough for them right now, but Ban is in a good position. Oh no, Dilly.
Oh man, I hate to say it, but was it a caster's curse? The kills rolling in here from Mamba Mode Gaming. Flavor fighting valiantly, but not valiantly enough, leaving just Shora alone. And that will be Mamba Mode Gaming, your week number 35 Valorant Sunday Showdown champions.
Oh, this is not the first VSS trophy under their belt right now. They've been doing some work in the VSS, and here they are under the guise of Powerhouse, but it is Mamba Mode Gaming who is going to take the win here. But GG's to Roosters for getting all the way to the grand finals. I mean, they just lost one of their integral members, so, I mean, they have just been pushing forward, learning from each other, and doing some work.
Yeah, I mean, massive props to Roosters. Not only putting up such a valiant fight against Mamba Mode Gaming in that grand finals, taking it all the way down to the wire. But as Choice Play said, with some roster changes, still making massive strides for this team is so excellent to see. You can see they haven't lost a step. They haven't lost a bit of pace quite yet. Roosters still very much a force to be reckoned with. Yeah. But it is all about Mamba Mode Gaming here this week. Certainly now all about the HyperX MVP of the match. The totals being tabulated quite right now. But if I had to take a guess, if I had to really think about it, I'm gonna say Payan for my MVP. Yeah, a lot of assists rolling in for Payan, a lot of intel gathered for Payan. If not the statistical MVP, certainly the MVP of my heart.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, ciphers who just give so much information kind of deserve MVP.
Yeah,
in general, at least a VIP or something like that. But I mean, I don't know. It's
a tough one.
It's a toss-up because MMG, all the players on MMG were so integral to their push.
Oh, and it's going to be Chase there with the average combat score of 330. Goodness gracious, Chase, take a bow and take that HyperX Cloud Core Stinger headset. Congratulations. That will be sent right on out to you. A very deserved MVP indeed. Chase from Mamba Mode Gaming is your HyperX MVP of the match, week number 35 of the Valorant Sunday Showdown. It has been a firecracker of a week. We have been treated to stunning matches back to back to back all day long, and we are so thankful to have you guys with us every step of the way. Just want to say from everyone here at the Valorant Sunday Showdown, hope everyone has a very happy holidays, a very safe holidays, a very warm holidays as well. And that will do it for us here on our end for week number 35. I'm Dilly G.
And I'm Choice Plays.
We'll see you guys next time.